Heidi-ho neighbors, Radio Goji here.
And I'm Soylent Greg.
And welcome back to Ocarina of Time. When we last left off, more Sopranos discussions, and I gave up on fishing because this is bullshit.
Yeah, we're gonna leave off. We're gonna quit Artie Bucco's fishing champion for the N64, and I can see that in my head. It's like him, like a fucking fishing pole, like pulling a fish out of the water with this ecstatic look on his face.
And just to think, when we left him in the show, he's just trying to figure out who stole money from his restaurant.
Yeah, he comes out of it okay. Hesh too, right?
Yeah, nothing happens to Hesh.
Hesh's wife dies, but that was just like a natural causes thing. Like something sad happens to Hesh towards the end, but he never gets any comeuppance for anything.
Right. I mean, Hesh was just kind of like an associate because he's Jewish, so he can't really be a made man. He was just kind of a smaller character anyway.
But in 2019. He will be a wise guy.
Actually, I'm gonna not ride the horse.
Now that we're talking about The Sopranos again, I was gonna try to avoid moving it into another video, but you were talking about, I was talking about the whole ending scene and whether he died or not, and you segued into immediately talking about the prequel, and for a second I thought you were gonna be like, maybe the prequel movie will give us guidance on whether Tony is dead or not, and I'm like, that would be the funniest fucking thing ever. Little Tony comes in, and Paulie points him and is like, remember, kid, you're gonna die in a diner in 40 years while Don't Stop Believin' is playing. I would just fucking... He threw it the point. I would fucking shit myself if that happened. The ultimate troll.
That's a Q in Star Trek. Alright, so we're gonna use Bombos to get into the Shadow Temple.
Excellent.
And it's pretty much here. I know that we did all the bottom of the well and all that shit first. Mm-hmm. Got the Lens of Truth. But if you had gone in right away, there's actually a message that says you need to go get the Lens of Truth before you go any further.
Well, that's convenient.
So we're just gonna go along with this. I'm gonna hold off on item collection until before the last.
Like with the other dungeons, we tend to do the main path first, beat the boss, then 100% everything.
Yeah, I mean, I still tried to get as much as I could because I still want the pieces of heart. How many pieces of heart we have left?
We got
we have 6 left.
Okay. I was trying to think, what's the max hearts you can have?
20. Most Zelda games. This is a fake wall, by the way. I just know that.
You could have figured that out by the fact that we walked through this.
Yeah.
It's made of gossamer.
Most
the finest Suki material.
Is the Eye of Truth. Blah, 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 blah. I may as well turn it on. I don't even have any potions or fairies or any shit like that. I'd like to use the Lens of Truth, but you keep turning it off by bringing up bullshit.
Wait, what's this about Hyrule Temple's history of greed? Is this the people's history of Hyrule Temple? Is this actually Hyrule is an exploitative empire built on massive amounts of human suffering? Because if so, I am totally here for that temple.
I don't even remember what I was saying before.
Sorry.
I mean, that wasn't your fault. That was the game. Something about something Lens of Truth. Oh yeah, most Zelda games have 20 heart containers max.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The only ones that don't are the very first one has 16. Zelda 2 doesn't count because it doesn't even have hearts.
Yeah, it has a life bar.
The Game Boy ones are 14 or 16, depending on how you play the Oracle games.
Well, they're middler.
Yeah.
Bloody history of greed and hatred. Nice!
The DS ones suck, but they have 16 max. Skyward Sword has 20 max, but you have to do some stupid fuckery to make it happen.
This is the temple where you find out that Hyrule did 9/11.
Bad Greg.
It's true. Yeah, it's
Remember this?
Oh god, this shit again. Oh, this motherfucker, he's back! He's so horrifying, we had to bring him back a second time! We have such sights to show you. Normally you have to fucking open a puzzle box. This guy will play.
I don't know what the max in Breath of the Wild is. Because I never got far enough to figure it out. But I think
I'm not sure either, but you can also, cook things to extend your massively in that game.
Well, I know that, but I don't know like what the max of that would be. Like what the grand total, like grand total possible.
I know you need 13 at least to get the Master Sword.
Oh, so it's kind of like the first game where you had to have a certain number of hearts in order to be able to get like the Master Sword and stuff.
Exactly, actually. But just like the first game, it's completely optional. You can go the entire game without ever picking up the Master Sword.
But why would you? Every other sword breaks after 3 hits.
Whereas the Master Sword just, loses its charge for a bit.
Well, doesn't it like break after a while too, just not as much?
It has a magic charge, and after a while it needs 10 minutes to recharge. But when it's in the presence of quote unquote evil, it's powered up constantly. So evil. Any of the
so anything that can kill you in 2 hits, which is every enemy in the game.
Any of the ancient enemies do it, and every one of the game's dungeons, it just counts. So it's if you bring the Master Sword into a dungeon, it's just powered up the entire time.
So when I go back,
which is nice. It's convenient.
When I eventually get back to Breath of the Wild, should I just do shrines and stuff to get up to 13 hearts and get the Master Sword before doing any of those dungeons and shit?
I mean, you're you're one of the few people I've ever heard complain about this. Normally, once I get, it's an issue the weapon degradation is an issue at first, but by the time I had one dungeon done and was exploring, I was fucking swimming in swords all the time.
That's not that's something that everyone brings up. Whenever anybody brings up the weapon durability and how it's a problem, they'll say, "Oh, well, you just get a lot of swords and stuff like that."
You do, though. You get a shit. And that's not just swords. You get a shit ton of weapons.
That's not the issue. That shouldn't be an issue in the first place.
I got my hoverboard.
I mean, this is The Legend of Zelda. It's not a fucking Elder Scrolls game. We shouldn't have to.
Well, your weapons don't break in an Elder Scrolls game.
They do.
They do.
Oh no, they don't. They don't break. They break, but you can just get them repaired.
Yeah.
I don't think
you can get the Zora Spear repaired.
That's great and all, but unlike Elder Scrolls games that do this sensibly, Elder Scrolls weapons break after maybe using it 50 to 100 times, not fucking 3.
I just, I don't know what's up with your game. The only weapons I found that broke after, 3 things were oh god, mummies.
Well, the thing, I don't know...
the fucking Deku,
I don't know how long it took the Trident to break for me. I know it wasn't...
Bokoblin shit.
It wasn't
oh
3.
god, he's humping your back.
But, I got, the super, futuristic, sword, the swords or whatever, and they don't last that long.
Well, no, the ancient sword doesn't last very long at all. The blue glowy sword you get from the guys, the whole point is to save that for something that's, real bad. Because it's way more powerful. Because you can get a couple of those really early in the game, and they're crazy powerful.
Yeah, but they don't last worth crap, and if
you pull them out when you fight a Lionel or whatever.
Yeah, and then it'll break in the middle of the fight if you haven't died by then, because Lionels can hit you for 7 heart containers worth of damage, which is also bullshit.
That's why you get up in the face and do the backflip whenever they strike at you. That's how I killed the Lionel.
I didn't do that.
I got my Dark Souls on with the Lionel. I'm just whoop,
you see,
dodge,
I don't
strike, dodge.
I don't fucking play Dark Souls, so I didn't think to do that. I was thinking it was a normal fucking Legend of Zelda game. And I thought...
You could probably play it like that, too. One of the neat things about it is just, there's so much shit you can do. The donkey video, where he does a whole bunch of crazy shit in that game. like half of that shit I didn't even know I could do. Like the thing where he brings the chicken and throws it at the Lionel, and the Lionel attacks it, and like a billion chickens show up and kill the Lionel. That's some great shit. Oh my god, Grim Reapers everywhere. I just love the idea that some asshole designed this entire thing as some sort of like piss take of like the Kingdom of Hyrule. Witness the true symbol of Hyrule. 2 Grim Reapers circling around forever and ever. This is deep and meaningful somehow.
Oh yeah, because it was the late '90s, so everything had to be super edgy and whatnot.
Well, that's certainly edgy.
Yep. And that's my roommate's cell phone.
Oh, okay, I'm like...
It's playing the theme to Smallville.
Oh, okay. Itsy bitsy chest.
It's probably the key, though. Yes.
Found a small key in a small chest.
I've sworn there's a sculpture in here somewhere. But that could be the other...
Oh, shit.
Yeah, invisible floor.
It's more like invisible lack of a floor. Oh, I hear him.
Okay, yeah, that's outside. We're not gonna get back. We're not gonna come back here until much later. That's gonna be a shortcut that we can take. Like if we, for whatever reason, need to leave the temple, we can just come back through here and just immediately get back to where the boat is. But we'll see that boat later. Now I kind of wish I had potions and shit. Probably should have gotten some of those, but I wasn't thinking.
See, wouldn't it be great if you could kill those Grim Reapers and then get their giant spear and whip it around in a slow, boring-ass circle? That would be so great. Oh!
No, where's the other one?
Bye-bye. Alright. Oh! You made a new friend! I lost my friend.
And we're going to be fighting Stalfos in here as well, like we did, kind of like what we did in the Forest Temple. But now we have Bigoron swords, so they're not going to be a problem.
Link has no friends, only death.
Only the Bigoron sword.
You think about your Bigoron sword. The only friend you have left. The only friend who won't be dead by morning. Oh boy. Oh boy. The hidden history of greed and hatred. Witness the guillotine.
We're just going to put guillotines in it.
Well, I mean, that's what the Hyrule royal family deserves, so... Now watch out for the shadows that I know about all of a sudden. See, all this is a crock. How does Navi know all these things beforehand? Because she's in on the entire conspiracy.
Navi did nothing wrong.
Navi backwards is Ivy.
Yeah, we've established this. That's why we give him a Russian accent when he talks. Don't make me a liar, Stalfos. I said you wouldn't be a problem.
There we go. Stabby death.
I wasn't being patient enough. Maybe that's why I suck at Breath of the Wild.
Wasn't going to say anything. No, I just think you should probably give it another shot sometime.
I am going to, but I don't know. It's the main thing that held me back from getting into it was the fucking combat. I liked the exploration. I liked the
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I liked all the little shrines and stuff. I even liked, you know, the elephant thing a little bit. I mean, I thought it was disappointing overall.
Oh no!
That wasn't my fault. That was that piece of shit.
The Grim Reaper stole your shirt and your shield. Oh, there they are.
There they are. There's my Big Dog's t-shirt. My shield.
Kind of full of juice. Full of like juice.
I don't even need to wear that tunic right now. What am I looking for?
It's right there. Oh. That's closed, isn't it?
Kill all the bats.
Nope.
Well, it's probably not all the bats. It might be.
Where could it be? Oh, there's a bat.
Stay still, you fucker.
I'm the worst marksman. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, it was kill the bats. Oh, there's the Skulltula.
And we have a chest here, which will give us...
Another tiny key? No money!
But it was being sneaky.
Oh, it's a mimic chest!
You can see it on the map.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
whoopty shit.
well, I thought that was going to be important.
Whoopity shit. If you pull that one over, it should just be like... Nice, you rolled underneath the blade.
Well, I guess I'm done in there. Gotta fight that Stalfos again.
Can you land on those platforms if you're not looking at them with the eye of truth?
You can.
Okay.
They're
cool.
just invisible. They're not intangible.
Good use of the verb. We got one of them fancy word of the day calendars. For some reason, mine, every single word was Hitler. I'm not sure why. I think mine was a misprint of some sort.
No, I think yours was just all different synonyms for penis.
the penis a day calendar. Oh boy. Oh wow.
I'm gonna put the hover boots back on. I don't normally keep the hover boots on because they take away your traction.
Infomercial of Link at the Grand Canyon. I got there with my hover boots! Where are my Hoveround people at? Come on. Come on.
I didn't know that's where you were going. You just said infomercial Link, and I just pictured Link just like sliding all over the place. He's like the black and white Link.
There's gotta be a better... Link like trying to jump a gap and fall into his... there's gotta be a better way. Now there is with hover boots.
Billy Mays here for hover boots.
Link falls down the bottomless pit and dies. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it should be.
It
Phil
could have
Swift.
been avoided with hover boots.
Could be Phil Swift because Billy Mays has been dead for years.
Fair enough.
He's just so iconic, though.
It's
really
Nancy
too
Marchand with the CGI'd on face.
It's the CGI Nancy Marchand with CGI Billy Mays.
Link falls into the pit. Oh, poor you.
Oh, look who crawls.
Oh, good lord.
Oh yeah, that was hidden behind a thing, I suppose.
He just knows these things, folks. We need complete concentration for the speed run.
I was thinking, you know, we're being incredibly insensitive to Nancy Marchand.
Yeah, we apologize.
But I just
rest in peace.
Now I'm just thinking of all these different positions, like putting like Nancy Marchand's face over Link whenever he does things, or just not just Nancy Marchand, but like Olivia Soprano. Let's just be.
Yeah, that terrible fucking CGI job worming its way. I'm worming its way into everywhere and becoming a movie.
And you know, it's like he'll fuck up in doing a puzzle. So I'm like, oh, the Lord just take me now. I wish the Lord would take me now. Like there.
Leave some out. Leave some out for the crazy people. Oh. Jeez. Just hit him with the fucking hook shot. There we go.
I'll do this with the hook shot. You're letting me down, Bigoron Sword.
You're supposed to be better. You were the chosen one, Bigoron Sword.
I hate you!
You've seen that thing where it's bad, except it's with the dubbed over with like the robotic voices.
You
like
showed.
I hate you.
What was it like with Vocaloid?
Yes.
Okay.
When he's like burning to death, it's like Yeah, it's great.
I saw the like the text to speech voices over one of it, where it was like the scene where like where Palpatine kills Mace Windu.
Oh yeah, I think we watched that one together. And
yeah.
the one where the text to speech one where he's like he asks about Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Limited power.
Swoosh. Swoosh. It's classic. Oh yes.
You know, I just realized something.
What?
For when we eventually get to streaming, what I had heard someplace, you know, after stuff had happened with people that you couldn't do drunk things on Twitch anymore.
I think I've heard that as well. I don't think you're allowed to be visibly intoxicated on Twitch.
What are we going to do for drunk runs then?
I guess it'll have to be a YouTube Live.
Or God forbid, we should want to do
paper
another...
bags. We drink unspecified drinks out of paper bags.
Delicious apple juice.
And it's a censored run.
And God forbid, I would get the gumption to do another 10 shots, 10 bots video.
We need a button to push that makes it go non-alcoholic. Like, I'm gonna do another shot of non-alcoholic Kraken.
That'll be more of the fancy editing. I should probably turn the...
Oh,
there's spikes and shit.
Can you hand me that bottle of Kentucky non-alcoholic fire?
Or is it like non-alcoholic just as we're saying the product name?
It's just a little note at the bottom of the screen. No alcohol is being consumed during this recording.
Really? You can trust us?
Really? Seriously. Guys, I want you to know, though, that if you're watching us on YouTube, like this, and there's a thing on the screen that says no alcohol is being consumed during this recording, we are lying.
But not on Twitch.
We are always consuming alcohol during recording.
I think the last thing last regular thing I do for YouTube is going to be maybe a 10 shots, 10 bots or something. I mean, I think I have enough more stuff that I haven't looked at.
Cool.
I'm still getting more stuff. I know that I'm not really doing the toy reviews regularly anymore, but I am going to be doing them soon because...
Well, you do them. You just pretend to be like a 7-year-old kid, and they call it Ryan's Toy Reviews.
No. That's not how that is.
I always thought that was you. You need the hover boots.
Yes, I do. I am not.
I need my Hoveround. With my Hoveround, I can make it to the Grand Canyon. I don't know why I'm like a Victorian waif all of a sudden. Oh, Mr. Darcy, will you take me to the Grand Canyon on thy Hoveround?
I was gonna say stuff like I'm actually actually not a 7-year-old Asian kid, but we can talk about Hoveround. That's fine too.
Oh, good. You know who Ryan's Toy Reviews is.
I know of it. I've never watched it.
I was worried I was gonna get a blank look and be like, "What the fuck is that?"
No, I know what you're talking about, but I've never watched it because it doesn't appeal to me, I guess.
Seeing like a Victorian man in a suit patting the side of his cover. A comely maiden like thyself should never has to go about upon thy own 2 feet. Please share this hoveround with me. You know, I'm gonna make, guys, you know I do the KDP thing, I'm a writer. They made that book a while back, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which they could do because it's in the public domain. I'm going to do my own version of Pride and Prejudice, except all the characters have hoverounds, and it's called Pride and Prejudice and Hoverounds. And I'm going to publish this fucking thing, and I want y'all to buy it. The cover is exactly the same as Pride and Prejudice, except all the characters have crudely photoshopped hoverounds, cut at the waist.
On their faces.
Cut at the waist. No.
Starring Nancy Marchand.
What's the famous fucking first line? Hang on.
I don't know. I haven't read Pride and Prejudice, so I don't know the lines or anything. The opening sentence of Pride and Prejudice is famous. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. So in mine it would be, it is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a hoveround must be in want of a wife. This is one, I'm doing this. It'll take me like a day's work to do this. It'll be up on the... Will Amazon publish that?
I think they might. I'm telling Discord about this so that it will actually happen.
That might go against what you normally write, but you'll be writing off type.
I'll use a different pen name for this.
Oh, okay. The only one who will buy it is Slashing the Game.
Please purchase it. Will
they go to the Grand Canyon at some
Yes,
point?
At the end, they get married at the Grand Canyon.
Let's say we made it to the Grand Canyon.
Reader, is that how that one ends? Where she goes,
I have no idea.
married him? Is that Jane Eyre, I think?
I don't know. I haven't read either. I'm a heathen. I'm an uncultured heathen when it comes to mini books. I have an unabridged copy of Moby Dick. I haven't read that shit yet. Arrows. Is there anything else in here? Or is it just like the hint as to how the soft puzzle head, I think?
I'm not sure.
So basically what we're meant to do here, because of all these fans blowing around, we've had the iron boots on.
Ah, yes, the iron boots. It's smart.
But there's actually a hidden wall over here.
Ah.
And we need to wear the hover boots while the wind is blowing us.
With all of these items that Link has collected throughout the years in his games, it is basically discriminatory because none of them has ever been a hoveround.
Are you saying that The Legend of Zelda is ableist?
Yes, I am. I don't know that I'm necessarily willing to go so far as to say it's ableist, but it's absolutely anti-hoveround.
The Legend of Zelda Hoveround of Time.
God. Majora's Hoveround.
That's how the Skull Kid flies. He's in a flying hoveround.
Exactly.
Or no, he's the bad guy, so he wouldn't be in a hoveround. He's in a little rascal.
I mean, if you're allowed to make Pride and Prejudice and Zombies and Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters or Android Karenina, I can fuck with public domain literature.
You can fuck with public domain literature, but not necessarily Legend of Zelda, because that's not in public domain.
Oh, no,
and,
no.
Nintendo will...
No. I'm not replacing Mr. Darcy with Shigeru Miyamoto here. Although that would be amazing.
No.
That's my sequel. Sense and Sensibility and Hideo Kojima.
And that's the small geek. I think we're going to have to go ahead and cut the video here.
Oh.
And when we return, more Shadow Temple and Hoverounds. So, until then, I've been Ray Dogoji.
And I'm Sorlin Greg.
We'll be here next time. Join us, won't you?
Oh, there's only one R in Hoveround, apparently.
Mm-hmm. It's a portmanteau of hover and around.